Whee! Yeah, good morning, that's Uncle Lou here. That's right, it's me, Uncle Lou. Live for you on YouTube today. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Also, in addition to that as well, this is Lunch Money, a gambling show with me, Uncle Lou, and my buddy Pigskin Pete. What's up, Pete?
Undefeated.
Pete's undefeated.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
That's how I am.
Well, today's Beat Pete Day, though.
Mm-hmm.
So some lucky viewer is going to get an opportunity to end your streak, sir. You're saying they have no chance?
I'm saying they have no chance, but you know it is like it's like Clemson versus Notre Dame this past weekend, right? I'm undefeated, feeling good about myself. Somebody beat Notre Dame. Somebody beat Ian Book and make me look like a fool.
Uh-oh. All right. I think most of you guys know how this works, but at the end of the show today, we will pick one name out of either the Super Chat section or the PayPal section, and that lucky winner will have an opportunity to pick any 5 games they choose this week, either against the spread or the over-under. Pete will do the same. He will pick 5 games. If you beat Pete, we will send you $20. It's literally that simple. It's simple, but it ain't easy, is it, Pete?
It's not easy.
Yeah, there is a difference.
I'm thinking if I win this week, and that's a big if, I'll be 5-0. I think at that point I might have to help up the ante to beat Pete. I'll throw in the extra money. Maybe it'll be $30 instead of 20 or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This man is literally begging y'all to beat him.
Any less than 10 entries today, I'll be offended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be that people just know they have no chance of beating you.
I know, but that's the problem. Like, so either somebody needs to man up and take the crown, or, I don't know, just admit you're scared.
Mm. He said, if you're scared, just say you're scared.
Yeah, if you're scared, just say you're scared.
Now, Brandon Pat says, come get this L, Pete. All right, we'll see. We got one person throwing his name in the hat, so we'll see. Keep the Super Chats coming. We'll check the PayPal a few times throughout the show, too. Let us know what's on your mind. Which games are you betting on this weekend out of the ones that are left? Anyway, bunch of them getting canceled. But there's a few left. We talked about, let's see, the SEC, the Big 12, and the Pac-12 on Tuesday. Up today, the Big 10 and the ACC. And we'll do a little bit of NFL, too. I think there's an NFL game tonight.
Yes, there is.
And then at the end of the show, we'll see if somebody can beat Pete. Not that hard. Actually, it is hard. It's simple, but it's not easy. Again, there's a difference. Some of you may or may not know what it is. Shrenik Amin says, fuck out of here.
Is that a question or a statement?
I don't know. Shrenik Amin. Is that a question or a statement, Pete? Pete wants to. Oh, he says, R.I.P. Georgia. If they had Fields, they would be good, but too bad. We have him now.
Oh, it's a Sucknut fan.
I guess.
Oh,
and I can only
children acting up.
Yeah, I can only assume he's trying to troll someone in the comment section, because you can't troll me with the Justin Fields thing. And no Ohio State fan on earth can troll Pete for any reason.
Exactly.
So he's clearly trying to troll someone in the comments section. I wish you nothing but success, Shrek, in that endeavor.
Me too.
All right. Tiny Tonto, thank you for the super chat. He says, I'll beat Pete. I'm on a winning streak.
Mike Reiser was on a winning streak last week, and I ended that quickly.
Yeah. Streaks are a lot like records, you know. They're meant to be broken.
Yeah, Clemson had a long-ass winning streak until last week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see who's tuned in and joining us today. Noah, what's up, buddy? Snake Spence, Glitter Gator, Shrek. Thank you, Shrek, for your amazing contributions to the comment section. Mountaineer Mike, James Lill, of course, Tiny Tonto, Bears Cubs Canes is here. Luke Walker, Joseph Sandberg. He says, I admit I'm scared.
Hey, see, there you go. I respect that.
Fire Fuller now. With a Florida State avatar. Is Fuller, what is Fuller? One of their coordinators or something?
Yeah,
Who was Fuller?
I don't know.
I don't know about firing Fuller. I do know half Florida State's team quit.
Right. There's one guy in here. He went from a sad FSU fan to a depressed FSU fan. I don't know what it's going to be now.
Yeah.
Maybe not an FSU fan anymore. Maybe that's what it'll be.
He says that's their defensive coordinator.
Oh.
But you heard about all these Florida State players throwing the towel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a shame.
Blackman's gone. Who's that receiver? He's gone too.
Tamarion Terry. Marvin Wilson.
I mean, I would imagine you'll probably see 3 or 4 more guys once the season ends leave. So yeah, they've officially hit rock bottom. This is it.
What a shame.
It is. It's pitiful.
It is pitiful.
It's pitiful.
Man. All right, let's take a look at some of these games. Keep the super chats and the PayPal's coming. We'll check back on those in a few minutes, guys. Where are we at? Let's try this. There we go. All right. Yes. Show me college football lines. Yes, that's what I want to see. There we go. Got a game tonight, Pete. Might as well talk about it.
What is it?
It is look at it. Colorado State on the road at Boise State. Boise
college
State
game. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, college game. Yeah, Boise State fresh off a spanking last week by the Mormons, I believe.
I think we both picked that one wrong too.
Yeah, they're a 14.5-point home favorite tonight against a terrible Colorado State team. I'm going to take Boise State on the Smurf turf to cover the 14.5.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, they'll rebound.
Mm-hmm.
They'll rebound.
Hey, how much of a home field advantage do you think that Smurf turf is? You think it's?
I think it has to be distracting.
Provides an advantage for the away team that's not used to it.
It has to be. I think it's an advantage for Boise. It's got to be. You ever tried to watch a Boise State? It's an advantage for them against me trying to watch it. I can't watch it. I'm not going to lie. I can't watch a Boise State home game. It gives me a headache.
Yeah, it is. It's distracting.
Yeah.
It's very just, and I can imagine what it'd be like to actually be at field level trying to, play. But there's another field, and I think somebody said it was somewhere in Michigan or something. I can't even remember. Have you seen this? It's a red field.
Yeah, there's 2. I think Eastern Washington has a red field, and I think there is one in Michigan too. It has a red field, and it's even worse actually.
That's even worse. Yeah. So there's something about the color red that is just as it's not. I mean. You know what I'm saying? And
what do you believe in that in general, the psychology of colors? Do you like they say, like you mentioned red, you have children. They tell you should never paint your infant's walls red, bright red. Like it invokes anger or anxiety or what. I don't know how much you put in that. And then you hear a lot of times teams will paint the opposing team's locker room pink.
Yeah, see, that's a psychological thing there.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how much I buy into that as far as like the color of the field would be concerned. As far as the psychology, I'm actually talking more about a physical reaction by your eyeball to your brain. Like,
right.
You know how when you look at certain colors, they don't like for instance, if you have colors in the background of your YouTube video, you get a completely different view of what it looks like on the viewer's end, whether it's blue or red behind you.
Yes.
There's a big difference.
Right.
I don't see it. I mean, I think the same is true with the football field. And if you're used to playing on that field, you would have an advantage over a team that's just coming in there for the first time playing on it.
I wonder if Boise State, well, first of all, I'm assuming they have a separate practice field, like a lot of.
Is it blue too? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. To get them used to it. Because, I mean.
Yeah.
Boise State's got to be used to that too, and
you would think that they would have an indoor facility of some kind. And
yes, Boise,
in
Idaho.
that case, I guess they probably would have a blue field in there.
Yeah, blue.
I don't know. Somebody know?
In the red field, or you say cause physical, like could give you glaucoma.
The way
you get glaucoma
there. The way that your eyes adjust to the color can be strenuous in certain colors.
Right.
So,
and for that reason, I'm taking Boise State and laying the 14.5.
Yeah, me too. That's the reason. I know, the jersey colors and the field colors matter.
They're at home. They're a better team than Colorado State. They lost last week. Give me Boise State, lay the points. Yeah. All right, now we're going to look for some ACC and some Big Ten games here, and I'll stop on any pertinent non-Power 5 games that might pop up like this one right here. East Carolina on the road at Cincinnati. I don't know if Vegas is starting to catch up here. I'm going to do it again, though. I'm going to take Cincinnati and lay the 27, although this is one of the bigger lines they've had this year. They've had a lot of lines in the 10 to 14 range, and I'm just like, what? Yes, give me Cincinnati. I don't know if they're starting to catch up here. By the way, Ohio State didn't cover last week.
Yeah.
Pete, which I tried to tell you.
Yeah, no, I bet it on air, so I lost $25 on that.
But they'll probably cover if they ever play again. Their game's canceled this week. But I'm going to take Cincinnati. I'm gonna go with it one more time at 27, just under 4 touchdowns. This is probably the least confident I've been in my Cincinnati pick that I've made every single week this season. I'm going to ride with them one more time. If I lose this game, I'm still way up on just betting Cincinnati, so that's my excuse.
Okay, so I'm probably going to bet Cincinnati on this game.
Me too.
I have to. I mean, I'm still holding them in the same boat as Ohio State. You just bet on them every week. You'll win more than you lose by the end of the season. So
I like that philosophy.
Yeah. It's a numbers game, Lou.
Right. So. Write that down. It's a numbers game. All right, I got that. Today we're doing Big Ten and ACC. Notre Dame on the road at Boston College. Boston College, a 13.5-point home underdog. Not a primetime underdog, though. This one's 3:30. Notre Dame at Boston College. Notre Dame favored by 13.5. What says Pete?
Pete originally thought and said, bet Boston College to cover. Not win the game, but cover. Emotional win for Notre Dame last week. I'm sure they're a little bit beat up. They've been fielding a lot of questions about the game last week instead of the game this week. Whole 9 yards. You know how it goes. Sometimes after a big win, you get let down. I don't think that Notre Dame is going to be sleeping on Boston College at all because of the history, right? They beat the number 1 team in 1993, Florida State. Then they went and played at Boston College the next weekend and lost. I think they are well aware of the chatter that's going on around the country is that everybody thinks that Notre Dame's going to slip up and lose to Boston College this week. So just because they're hyper aware of that situation, I think Notre Dame comes out and rolls. So I wasn't going to bet Boston College at plus 13.5, but at this point, I'm probably going to stay away from the game. And if I had to bet it, I might actually take Notre Dame to cover. I've changed my mind, basically, is what I'm saying.
I'm probably not going to bet this game either for a lot of the same reasons you said. I like to go against I like to play rebounds. Like people are probably a little high on Notre Dame right now. That doesn't mean they can't cover, but they just had a huge win against against Clemson. So sometimes that can inflate the line, make people think, oh, maybe Notre Dame is really good, and so the line can be a little inflated. Then you've got the whole letdown aspect. Not that I think Notre Dame would lose, but this was a huge win for Notre Dame. Huge win.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. Sometimes you see a team struggle, especially in the first half the following week, before pulling it out in the second half. I just don't know. And I'm going to stay away, but if you're considering betting on that game, just keep those things in mind. The rebound, the letdown, whatever you want to call it, is possible here.
This was one I was definitely going to bet if the game didn't get canceled.
Yeah.
And at this point, I'm not going to. If anybody out there who's definitely going to bet the game, but you're just on the fence, I mean, I guess I would the advisable thing would be to take the 13.5-point home dog in this. That's the rule, or the unwritten rule.
Yeah.
So that's what that would probably be the safe bet. If you're going to make a bet, I probably would actually take Boston College in the points. But I'm so confused about how this is going to look. I'm just going to stay away from it.
Yeah. Bears, Cubs, Canes, and Mike Reiser are both in for Beat Pete over on the PayPal side. So thank you guys for that. Bama Mike too says time to beat Pete. This has become my favorite show. Great job, fellas. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Bama Mike. And Mike Reiser wants revenge.
That's right. That's right. They say that's best served cold. I have that written down right here, right next to where you told me earlier. It's a numbers game.
Yeah, it's betting's a numbers game.
Betting's a numbers game. Revenge best served cold. I have those two things written right next to each other.
Yeah.
So I should be good there. All right, moving right along at a snail's pace. Wake Forest on the road at Pete. Is this the biggest Jekyll and Hyde team, North Carolina?
Yes.
I know there's been a couple others. Mississippi State. Where's the week one Mississippi State team? How did Florida State beat North Carolina? But again, that goes back to that Florida State North Carolina game. Now we know tells us more about North Carolina than it did about Florida State. You know what I mean?
You know what North Carolina reminds me of, Lou?
Who? What?
Clemson, circa 2000 through 2010.
Right before they sort of exploded.
Yeah, so basically the Clemsoning years.
Yes.
They had taken Clemsoning to a new level over there at North Carolina. They can beat a top 10 team one week and then lose to Florida State the next week.
Yeah.
That's the kind of team we're talking about here.
13.5 point home favorites this week. Which North Carolina will show up?
Right.
First of all, it's surprising. It's surprising to me that North Carolina's having this problem. I didn't think North Carolina was going to be as good as some people were projecting they were going to be, but I thought they were going to be a really good team, and I didn't think their issues were going to be consistency, like you mentioned, Clemsoning, or what we've seen from Texas A&M the last few years. I didn't see that coming. I mean, Sam Howell played great last year. You had to assume he was going to play as good or a little better this year. It's not like they had a new quarterback where you wouldn't know what to expect week to week. They've got 2,000-yard rushers. They've got a good defense. I didn't see this coming, this up and down. Some people said, oh, they got a chance to beat Clemson. I never bought into that. I said, this is going back to the 12-game schedule, this is an 8-4 team. This is an 8-4, 9-3 team. So I'm not necessarily surprised that they have a few losses. I'm just surprised that they look amazing one week and then like total doo-doo the next. I didn't see that coming from this team.
Well, I'm not surprised they have two losses either necessarily. I'm surprised who they lost to. That's
right,
the issue
exactly.
Here. It's not that they lost two games. It was to Florida State and Virginia, which are probably well. At least I know Florida State is, and I guess Virginia probably is at least in the bottom 4 of the ACC right now. I mean,
very alarming.
Yeah. And I think they're good too. I mean, when they play
I do
good,
too.
When they're playing well, they're great.
Yeah.
But they're not consistent enough. So having said that, I would take North Carolina in this game at minus 13.5.
I would too, because I don't think you can go against them. And if you go against them, then you're betting on the fact that not only do you think the other team is good enough to cover, but that you're betting that this will be one of the weeks that North Carolina just chooses not to show up. And I don't know that right? I don't know that you can play it that way. Yeah, so I like North Carolina there too. But yeah, they can be. Like, I'll be honest, if Georgia were to get matched up with them in a bowl game, I don't think that's a guaranteed win for Georgia.
I'm telling you right now, I still think they're going to beat Miami the last game of the year. I got several bets with people. So hopefully North Carolina wins that game.
I would be more comfortable taking North Carolina against Miami than I would North Carolina against a team that's maybe 2 spots down from Miami.
Yeah, and we haven't got to Miami game yet. It's coming up here in a minute.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
But, I'll wait.
Waikiki, thank you for the super chat. He wants to know if you're okay, Pete. He said you chest hauled yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I was a little bit perturbed. No, I had a technical problem, so I missed the show last night.
#professional.
Yeah, #professional. Believe me. I'm still mad about it, and it's already fixed. So
okay, you now YouTube was down worldwide for a while around.
No, it wasn't a YouTube problem. It was a technical problem.
Gotcha.
Hardware issue.
Understand.
So,
I understand. Okay, well, Waikiki, he appears to be okay.
Thank I'm okay. Physically, anyway, not mentally.
Yeah.
Never
did you break anything? You didn't break anything, did you? On purpose, I mean.
I plead the fifth.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of that going around lately.
Yeah.
A lot of that going around lately. That pleading the fifth. That pretending you don't know things.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, good move there. I like that. Let's keep going here. Oh, Pitt at Georgia Tech. It seems like Georgia Tech hasn't played they didn't get a game canceled, did they? I guess maybe they just had a scheduled bye week.
Yeah.
Seems like I haven't talked about Georgia Tech in a while, but they're a 6.5 point home underdog against Pitt. I don't know that there's anybody I wouldn't take against Georgia Tech at under a touchdown. Give me Pitt later 6.5.
Yeah,
I don't trust Georgia Tech. That, you know, I don't know how much 1 week off is going to help. Their quarterback has just been, I don't even want to say terrible because he's made some plays, but my God, they just cannot hang on to the ball. I mean, they make Georgia's quarterback situation look manageable. Honestly. Yeah, that's bad, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
But I'm with you. Give me, Georgia Tech against anybody, not only in the ACC. I might even go into the group of 5 with this here, with the AAC.
Well, let me test that theory.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech on the road at Kansas, and Kansas is a 4-point favorite.
Oh, well.
Who do you take?
I'd take Georgia Tech.
Okay, yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah, man. All right, so not every team, all right? There might be 2, maybe 1 or 2 out there in the Power 5, but honestly, how many teams in the American Conference would Kansas beat?
Oh. Kansas?
Yeah, one of them maybe?
Yeah.
That's how bad they are.
Yeah, they're horrible. Yeah, so we both like Pitt in this one. Road team, just under a touchdown there. All right, here we go. All right, Miami, fresh off of what I think are 2 good wins. I'm going to be honest, and Lord knows I'm not I give Miami fans a hard time, deservedly so. But not that Miami beat 2 great teams, but a lot of Miami teams recently, and by a lot I mean almost all of them.
Yeah, all of them
would have thrown in the towel after that Clemson game. You would have seen them go out and lose to NC State. Mm-hmm. Never mind the fact they were down to NC State. Wasn't that an on-the-road Friday game too? They were down multiple times in that game, came back multiple times. They were down, I think, 2 scores in the 4th quarter, came back, won the game. This is not the same Miami team that we have seen most years in the last 15 years. I'm not saying what that means or doesn't mean for next year if Derek King is gone.
Yeah.
But this is not the same Miami team. That's my point. So, last year, yes, Miami could have the same record with the same results they have right now, and I would look at this game and go, you know what, I get it. On the road, Virginia Tech, Miami, they struggle constant. Not this year. I don't understand. I don't understand this. Virginia Tech got beat by Liberty last week. Now they're a 2-point home favorite against Miami. I mean, I don't know if anybody can explain this to me, but Pete, you're welcome to try.
Well, I won't explain it to you, but here's what I will say. First of all, I'm taking Miami with the +2. All right. I'm actually going to bet that game. I'll probably bet like $100 on it. But gambling is not considered to be funny thing. Like, you don't normally go on a gambling site and because you're looking for a laugh, you know?
Yeah.
But this shit here is funny. I mean, the disrespect, because let's say for people who don't know out there, the odds makers make these lines based on the public perception of the game. Their whole goal is to get you to bet the game, right?
Yeah.
It's not about it has nothing to do with who they think is actually better. It's who they think that you think is actually better that they're trying to get at here. So the disrespect, the public perception of this Miami team is still that they're not good.
Yeah.
They're sitting there with 1 loss. Their only loss being to Clemson. Now, again, they did. I mean, the game wasn't close. They got their, know what pushed in. But still, they're sitting there with 1 loss in the ACC, still not mathematically out of a playoff conversation, mathematically, but probably are. And they're a 2-point underdog to a team that just lost to Liberty. Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. But bet the house on Miami. I think they get it done here.
And this is a team, Miami, that used to get the reverse treatment from Vegas. Used to be they would favor Miami by 20.
Yeah.
Because 15 years ago, they could make Miami a 20-point favorite in a game that they probably really thought should have been 17 points. But they just knew people are going to see Miami and just bet on them because it's Miami. Now they're playing the opposite. They're assuming that people aren't paying that close of attention here, I guess, because I don't understand this at all. And as far as you know, I don't. Are there not any players out here for Miami? Are there?
I haven't heard anything.
The tight end, I think somebody said.
All right, whatever.
And he is good, but this really does not make sense to me. Now, we've said that about 5 or 6 times this year. And it's been about 50-50. Remember Texas A&M and Florida?
Yeah.
We thought we couldn't believe it, and turns out we were wrong. But this does look strange.
This is one of those ones that's like, this looks too good to be true. They're trying to get me to bet on Miami. They know something I don't. It's a trap. Yes, it's a trap. You know what else is other than a trap? Pigskin Pete's lock of the week. Yeah, I'm making that my lock of the week. I'm seriously going to bet like $100 on that one.
That music is amazing. It sounds like the background music on one of those motivational speech videos, those self-help videos that are all over YouTube, about how you can do anything you want to do. I
think I'm trying to remember where I got that from. I got it off of YouTube and recorded it, but I think I might have typed in something like that, like inspirational music or some shit like that.
Yeah. That's what it reminds me of. That's great. Yeah. It fits perfect with what you're doing there. Yeah. That's good. All right. Let's see where we're at here. So we both like Miami there. No doubt. I'll bet on that one too, for real. Temple at Central Florida. Central Florida's a 24-point home favorite. Man, I don't know. I'm not going to bet this one. I would probably take Temple into points if you made me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. I don't know enough about Temple to even make an educated guess on this, so I'm just not going to comment on it. So
now, is this the best game of the week? Is it the most interesting game of the week? It's close. It got a lot of cancellations. Wisconsin at Michigan, and I know everybody's all over Michigan, and they deserve it. Wisconsin's only played the one game. They looked amazing. I think Graham Mertz is still out. How's that possible? I don't know.
Yeah.
How do you have corona? Weeks? He's the only person in the world, I think, that's had coronavirus for 30 days. But Wisconsin's a 5-point road favorite. I'm going to check the quarterback situation, but give me Wisconsin.
They're down to their fourth string?
If that was the case 2 weeks ago when they canceled, because Mertz was actually the backup to start with, and the third string guy was injured already. So when Mertz got the Rona, it was going to be the fourth string quarterback that played that next week, but the game got canceled. So I've got to look in and see what's going on here with all that now. And they still have a guy that started last year, Cone. He was injured. That's what gave Mertz the start week 1. I don't know if Cone is back, so I got to look into this. But clearly this, Michigan has struggled. I would take Wisconsin here, but before I actually bet it, and anybody listening should do the same, do your research on the quarterback situation for Wisconsin and see how you feel about what you read before you actually bet the game. But I like Wisconsin.
Okay, so I'm going to take the unpopular opinion here. And believe me, I don't even know why I continue to put any faith in Michigan to do anything. I mean, I'm a sucker now. But I think the Wisconsin got hyped up after one game. Same way that Michigan did. You remember Michigan got hyped up because they went in there and beat the crap out of Minnesota. Turns out Minnesota's no good either.
Right.
So I'm not buying into Wisconsin yet, especially considering all of the issues that they're having. A 5-point home dog at Michigan. I'd actually take the home dog here. Give me Michigan.
All right. Well,
even though I'll go ahead and tell you I'm not betting it, because I'm not betting anything with Jim Harbaugh involved in it, because he'll screw it up for everybody, including me.
He'll find a way, won't he?
Yeah, he'll find a way.
He'll definitely find a way. Indiana at Michigan State. Is Indiana the best team that no one cared about a month ago?
Gotta be.
I'm trying to think of the conferences that have been playing for a while. Are there any big surprises in the maybe Texas A&M? But is a surprise.
That's a good one.
I don't think Florida is a surprise. If you go back to the summer, the entire media, SEC media days included, actually picked Florida to win the East. So I don't think that's.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Arkansas is a big surprise, but for a different reason.
Yeah.
I mean, it's surprising they've won more than one game. That's the deal with them. But yeah, I'd say Indiana is the biggest surprise. Positive surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
7-point favorite on the road at Michigan State.
I like the home dog here too.
Yeah, give me Mel Tucker to keep this one close here. I'm gonna roll that way too, and I'll tell you why when we get to I'll talk more about it well, let's just go there now. I like Michigan State too. Northwestern at Purdue. Purdue's a 2.5-point underdog. I think Purdue's better than Indiana.
I agree with you.
I look at the top 25 poll, and a lot of people have been talking about this all year. The poll is just weird, very weird this year because you had teams starting at different times, so they're not getting. You got teams in the Big Ten who might be better than some teams that have been playing for a month, so they're not ranked ahead of them because they haven't played any games. It's just weird in a lot of different ways. I don't understand. Purdue's not ranked. I don't get that. When you look at some of the teams that are, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I like Purdue here plus the 2.5 points, and I would take Purdue over Indiana, and I think those are two teams that sort of, you don't pay a whole lot of attention to generally that are both pretty good this year.
I'm actually extremely surprised that Purdue is at home underdog in this game. Northwestern's getting too much credit, I think. Yeah, they had a blowout. I mean, they're undefeated, whatever. But if you watch the two teams play, and I have seen both teams I've seen at least half of a football game for both teams. Purdue just looks like a better team to me. And this is another one, just like the Miami game. I'm going to break out the big bucks for this one. I'll bet a higher number than I normally do. I'm definitely betting this. Purdue.
Purdue beat Iowa 24-20. Then they beat Illinois 31-24. Game at Wisconsin was canceled. Now they get Northwestern. And they do play Indiana December 12th.
Yeah.
At Indiana. So we'll get to find out what's what with that. And then you look at Indiana, they beat Penn State. Now that's propping them up. Now we know now, again, Penn State can't win a game. Then they beat Rutgers by 4. And then they beat Michigan by 17. So I'm not trying to say they're bad, but right now I think I would take Purdue if they played. And I think those are two pretty even teams. Neither one of those teams is Ohio State. Well, let me ask you this. Is either Purdue or Indiana, either one, better than Wisconsin? I know they've only played the one game, but what do you think about? In other words, who's the second best team in the Big Ten?
Shit. I guess right now, just you'd have to say it's probably Indiana, but I'm with you. I think Purdue. Well, by season's end, depending on how many games they play, I think that Purdue will have more wins on their schedule. Yeah. I think Purdue's better.
Of course,
Purdue is the second best team.
Yeah, Wisconsin was supposed to play Purdue, and that was canceled.
Right.
Wisconsin still scheduled Indiana. Has Indiana coming up. It's a home game for Wisconsin coming up December 5th. So that'll be. What about look at Wisconsin's last? Well, shit. Here's Wisconsin's schedule: at Michigan, at Northwestern, home against Minnesota, home against Indiana, at Iowa. I'm not saying that's SEC West level hard or whatever on a given year, but that's not, when you look at what you have to work with within the Big Ten this year. Yeah, that's not an easy road. They pretty much play. They dodge Ohio State, but they appear to play like teams 2 through 6. Those are 6 decent teams there in a row.
I'd say if Wisconsin didn't have the Rona problems and they were fully healthy in the whole 9 yards, they're probably definitely a clear-cut second best team behind Ohio State, but they're not.
This will be interesting to see this. If they can get through this stretch of games here. For playoff reasons, and then what happens what if Wisconsin loses 1 or 2 of those games, but still somehow manages to get to the title game, and then they beat Ohio State? It's just so many things.
That would ruin everything for everybody.
Such a mess. Such a mess. All right, let's move on. Illinois at Rutgers. Rutgers is a 7-point home favorite. I'm going to take the home team. Greg Schiano laid 7 points. I'm not a believer at all in Illinois, and I do think Rutgers is way better than we thought they would. Well, maybe not way better, but better than what we thought they would be.
Shout out to the Scarlet Knights and our boy, Comic Dude 45.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out. How many? Well, first of all, he's a student, so I get that. But how many Rutgers fans do you know in your life other than him?
He's it.
Yeah, because he's it. He's the guy.
Yeah,
he's that guy. But when was the last time Rutgers was favored in a Big Ten game? Did we have discussed? I think we talked about this last week too. Were they favored last week too? Maybe not.
Were they favored?
No, I'm not. I'm not
sure.
Didn't they? They played Ohio State last week, I think. Anyway,
I have if I can find it, because we're, speaking of our boy, comic dude, I have a video of him.
Doing what?
He's in the band.
Yeah, he plays the trumpet, I think.
Yeah, he played me.
Yeah.
Is this it? No. He played me Glory, Glory, the Georgia Fight song on his trumpet in his dorm room.
On his trumpet?
Yeah. And it was amazing. It sounded great. And now I can't find the damn... That's not it. I can't find it. I wish I could find it and play it since we happened to mention him and bring him up. I thought I had it saved on my desktop.
I don't know if I've ever seen him in the chat on the Lunch Money show before. He comes on both of our streams, but never in here. Maybe I'm sure he's doing something much more important than gambling.
Yeah. Well, he probably even in class or whatever day, I guess. But anyway, I wish I could find it since we happen to be talking about him, and that was pretty cool. He called in the night show one time. He's been how he's been calling in for years, like you said. You've known him forever too. But he happened to call in, and I said, I don't know why I never asked you to do this before. I said, but if there's any way you could record yourself playing, I don't know. I know nothing about music, so I said I don't know if the Glory Glory thing is something that's really hard to play or really easy. I have no idea. I would have no way of knowing. And he did it. He recorded himself and he sent it to me like the next day or whatever. It was pretty cool, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if those guys that play in the band, they can play anything literally. I mean, they can read the music.
Yeah, that's the thing. I guess he could. I guess he could read the music. So
yeah.
Anyway,
but yeah, give me Rutgers at -7. I'm with you. Illinois sucks. They're the worst team in the Big Ten. And Rutgers isn't.
He sent me that. He sent me that the week the Big Ten was starting, and I played it on the night show. And I said, you know what? And I did a preview video the next day, of the Big Ten games that week. And who was it? Rutgers was playing Minnesota, wasn't it?
The first week they played. Or
was it Maryland?
Shit.
Who was it? They won. They beat somebody. No one could believe it.
Michigan State.
And I didn't think Rutgers had a chance to win that game. I mean, they're awful. But I said in the prediction video, I said, in honor of Comic Dude for sending me that video, I'm gonna go with Rutgers. Made me look like a genius. Rutgers ended up winning the game. I couldn't believe it.
Right.
Anyway, moving right along. Marshall is a 24-point home favorite. They're still undefeated. They're hosting Middle Tennessee State, who's not any good at all. I'm going to take Marshall and lay the 24.
So did you know that this game is being played on the exact anniversary of that plane crash for Marshall?
I did not know that.
And I forget how many years it is. It's either, is it 30 years or something? I don't know, but it's to the day. So they're having a game on the day of the plane crash. And for that reason only, I think that Marshall's is going to be out to play better or something, like a sentimental type of thing.
Yeah.
So Middle Tennessee State's no good anyway. So give me Marshall at the -24. I'm probably not going to bet that, but I think that they probably blow them out. So.
All right. Let's see. Big Ten and ACC. If there's any more in here. Yep. Okay. Oh, Army at Tulane. Is this weird? Yes or no? Tulane's a 4.5-point favorite over Army. Over under 48. The Green Wave is favorite here. What do you think about that?
I'm looking for that one.
Seems fishy.
There it is. Army and Tulane. This game is where? Where's the game being played?
Tulane. So what is that?
Okay.
New Orleans area or something, I believe, around there somewhere.
It is interesting. What also is interesting is the over/under on that one.
Yes, 48. Yes.
And I would probably take the under.
Yes.
Because we know why.
Yeah.
Because it's Army, right?
Yeah. Give me the under 2. And in honor of BVD and his buddy Cade Ballard, quarterback for Army, I'm going to take Army and the 4.5 points. Go Army.
If you want to do that, if there's who was it that was asking about teasers last week? Somebody in the comments section was asking about teasers. That'd be a good game to tease. So tease it, give yourself another 6 points and take Army. So there'd be plus 10.5. And then move the over/under down 6 points to 42 and take the over, or you can move it up. Move it up 6 points, probably to 54, and take the under. There you go. There's your teaser for the week.
There you go. Make yourself some money. Penn State looking to get their first win. They're a 3-point favorite on the road against Nebraska. I'm going to take the home team here in Nebraska to get a win. God, is Penn State really going to start 0-4 though? I don't know. I'm not betting this game. I'm not betting this game. Because my instincts tell me to take Nebraska here, but I'm like, wait a minute. Penn State starting 0-4.
I've ever seen somebody talk themselves out of a bet so fast.
Yep,
that took about 2 seconds.
Just that quick.
But that's a legitimate question. Can Penn State start 0-4? That'd be unbelievable, wouldn't it? Yeah, give me Penn State. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that they're going to go 0-4. I don't care who they're playing. It's crazy.
Would it surprise you, Pete, if I told you that I just peeked into the comments for the first time in about 15 minutes, and every other comment is by Shrek?
No, I haven't. You know what? I haven't looked at the comments either.
Dylan, thank you for the super chat. He says, Wisconsin can't win at Michigan. Okay, well, we'll find out. Brandon Pratt, thank you, sir. He says, Whiskey has no QBs. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I hate that for Wisconsin, too. That's disappointing. That Graham Mertz, man, he looked good. And now they went from the best quarterback play probably they've had in 10 years at least, since maybe since Russell Wilson, to having no quarterback at all. God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of MIA players, we probably should read the chat more often because there's some good points in here. What the hell is going on with Rondell Morris still? You know, this is like worse than the bigger mystery than Jimmy Hoffa.
Somebody told me he's playing. I think it was this. Playing. Well, he's sitting here, Zach, the Purdue fan.
Oh,
said he's playing. I think he told me that the other day.
Huh. Interesting.
Let me see if I can find anything on it. What is this? Wide receiver Rondell Morris, a first-round pick. The Wildcats know blah blah blah. His first ever missed Purdue's first 2 games with a hamstring injury. Blah blah blah. This says if Moore returns, this talented group of wide receivers. Blah, blah, blah.
Everything I read about this shit is cryptic.
It's all if. Yeah, this has been making me mad for a while about Rondell Moore. Yeah. I'm going to watch the game because I want to see Rondell Moore play. This guy's exciting. I want to see him play, so I'll check it out, and hopefully he's playing.
Anyway.
I want to see him.
Biggest mystery of the college football season is, what was that thing? Where's Waldo? Where's Rondell Moore?
Yeah, where's Rondell Moore? Can we get a Rondell Moore sighting, please, on game day? Thank you.
There's been more UFOs sighted in the past 2 months than Rondell Moore sightings.
Yeah. Pete, are you upset that I don't have time to be the guest picker on College Game Day this Saturday?
No, I'm not upset about that at all. As a matter of fact, I've never even considered it.
Oh, thank you.
Why? Should I be upset about that?
Well, I was the obvious choice with them being here in Augusta.
Oh, right.
Unfortunately, I didn't have time.
Now that you're bringing it to my attention, I'm about to get upset about it.
Yeah. Well, see, I streamed during the College Game Day, and I had to point out to them that me streaming College Game Day is actually more important than them actually doing College Game Day. And really, the only thing that would make sense would be for me to have the guys from Game Day on my show as a guest.
That's actually a solid point. Your stream on Game Day will probably get more views than theirs too. And I'm only slightly kidding as far as that goes.
I think there are a lot of people that just tune into Game Day the last 20 minutes
to see the headgear.
Yeah, to get the picks and to hear the headgear.
By the way, is what's his name? The old man. Oh God damn it!
Lee Corso.
Yeah, this is his last season, isn't it?
I really hope so. Because I like Lee Corso. I've always liked Lee Corso.
Yeah, me too.
And I like his shtick with the headgear and all that. But he's getting to be like, I don't know how much you watched of Vern Lundquist when he did the SEC 330 games.
Yeah,
the last year or two that he was on there, I mean, I don't think he knew where he was. It was sad to watch. And it's getting... I was okay with it the last couple of years. Even though you could tell he was heading downhill, I could live with it. It's hard to watch Lee Corso now. He really struggles, and I just don't want to see him that way. And I think Game Day probably needs to make the decision to cut him off.
And that's what I was going to say is at this point, it's almost unethical, maybe is the word I'm looking for ESPN to let him continue. I mean, because he may just, in his mind, he might just be like, I'm just going to do this shit until they fire me or I die.
Right.
You know? But at this point, it's up to them to make the decision for him. Yeah. I think for his own benefit.
Yeah. And I love Lee Corso. Yeah,
I do too. I mean, he's obviously a legend in the coaching world and obviously in the ESPN world, but it's time, bro. It's got to be over with now.
How long has he been doing that headgear?
I think they said since, what was that? Somebody in the comments probably knows this trivia type shit that I don't know, but I want to say it's been since either late 90s or early 2000s. Early 2000s, maybe? Yeah. I don't know. 90s?
Long time.
Yeah. 1998 at Ohio State, says Zach. So I was right. Late 90s, early 2000s. There you go. 30 or 22 years.
Let's see what else is on here. That might have been it. Louisville at Virginia. I've probably been waiting on this one. Say the best for last here. But Virginia's a 3.5-point home favorite against the Cardinal. This is one of those somebody has to win type of deals here. I honestly don't know which way to go, so I'm probably going to take the home team and lay to 3.5. But I'm
going the opposite way. Well, first of all, I'm with you. Who knows what's going to happen here? Somebody's got to lose, but I'm actually going to go the other way. When we have two bad teams, I'm taking the team that can score points, and that's Louisville.
I see what you're okay. Gotcha. I understand.
So, and they're the underdog. Yeah, give me Louisville.
I wrote that down too.
Yeah, write that down right next to the numbers game.
Yeah. All right, let's check out this NFL game tonight. See what they're talking about. Now this should be a good one. I'm going to watch this.
Who is it?
Colts at Titans.
Oh, yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah, I get to see my boy Hot Rod, hopefully. Make some extra points for field goals or something. And Titans, of course, good team. Derrick Henry. These are two playoff contenders, are they not? In the same division, right?
Yes, they are. Both in the AFC South.
Yeah. Good game here. The Titans are a 1-point home underdog. So, alarm bells going off there. The Titans are a good team. Hard to believe they're an underdog, but they are.
This is wild. This is another one. It's like begging you to take the Titans, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, is there any reason not to?
I'm going to primetime home dog. I would love to take the Colts here and root on, oh my God, maybe Hot Rod hits a game-winning field goal or something. I would love to do that, but the Titans are a really good team. Derrick Henry can take over a game.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the home team here at night as an underdog, and I'm going to take the Titans. No point in playing on the money line, even money at 1 point. What does it matter? Give me the Titans +1.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking the Titans, too. I'll probably actually bet this. The Colts do have a good defense. That's really all they have.
Well, they have the NFL's leading scorer.
Well,
I mean, let's get real here.
Right. Quarterback position's questionable. They got geriatric guy out there playing quarterback.
I mean, if it wasn't for Hot Rod, this line would be what? Titans by 6? Titans would probably be a 6-point favorite. I mean, Hot Rod's good for 7 points a game, easy.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still having a hard time believing that Tennessee is a 1-point underdog at home.
Yeah. I'll watch this one tonight too, and then I have my stream at 10. I'll put it on. I'll let you know right now.
I want to say they're either 500 or below 500, aren't they?
I don't think so. I think both these teams they might be tied for first.
Oh shit! Shows you what I've been.
What am I doing? No, don't show me that. Show me this. Yep, you said AFC South. Well, they're 5-3, and the Titans are 6-2, so they're 1 game behind.
Mm.
1 game behind. So, but I'm going to take the Titans. This is a big game, though. Playoff implications here. I mean, let's look at the rest of the division. Houston and Jacksonville. I mean, they're terrible. So, the winner of this, the winner of this game's got really a 2-game lead. Then, in the case of the Titans, they would have a 3-game lead if they win, as they would own a tiebreaker. But they play twice. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take the Titans, but this would be a good game here. I mean, that's not always the case for Thursday night games either. This is a good one here.
Two playoff caliber teams.
Yeah.
Both of them might make the playoffs. One of them is obviously a division winner, and the other is a wild card with those records.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll watch that one. Tennessee. I'm going to bet it. I'm going to bet it right now. Why not?
Yeah, I'm going to take Tennessee too, but I expect that to be a really good game. And I have not had a chance to watch. I don't think the Colts have been on TV in my area yet this year. They have. I didn't know about it. So this will be my first chance to see Hot Rod play. So
I'm going to do you one better, Lou.
I'll watch the game. What you going to do? You going to do something silly, ain't you?
I'm about to do something silly, yeah. I've been having good luck these past couple of weeks on these parlays, the sucker bets, So I'm going to do a sucker bet on this one. Why not? Okay. I'm going to take Titans at +1 and the over 48.5. And I'm going to parlay that. Let's see what that gives me. All you parlay people out there in the comment section. $50 parlay would win me 134. So that's what I'm going to do. Just for fun.
The Titans and the over.
The Titans in the over 48.5. Yep.
See, I like that because then I can root for the Titans to win, and I can also root for Hot Rod to make a bunch of field goals.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And extra points and all that.
You want points. There you go.
So I consider that too. I like what you did there. So that's it for the games. So there you go. So you know what time it is now? We got about 10 minutes to go to the end of the show.
Time to beat Peete.
Time for somebody to try to beat Peete. So let me check the PayPals and the Super Chats one last time. If you want to get in, if you don't know what we're talking about, we're going to pick one name out of the Super Chat section or the PayPal section. That lucky person is going to get an opportunity to pick 5 games, either against the spread or the over-under. Pete's going to do the same. He's going to pick 5. If you beat Peete, we will send you $20. It's literally that simple. It's simple, but it's not easy. Beat Peete. 5 games each. So if you want to get in, now will be your last opportunity to do it. I'm going to read through the rest of the Super Chats and the PayPals, and then I'm going to enter the names in and pick a winner. Looks like we got Waikiki over on the PayPal page. I'll see what he's talking about. He says, how about Pete's 5 versus Lou's 5 if I win? So I guess I will take your 5 since it's Thursday. If he wins, he's going to take the same 5 games I picked.
I get you. So he's going to tail your bets to try to beat me with your bets.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's at least interesting.
It is interesting. That's
one way to do it.
That is one way to do it.
So that way, you even if he beats me, you even get to brag about it.
Yes.
But if I win, I get to brag about beating both of you.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I like that, Waikiki. Good job. Dylan says, Peete, tell me the score if Clemson played Florida.
Well, if I could just predict scores, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be rich. But if Clemson played Florida right now, see, I have a lot of questions about that. I can't just say that. Is Trevor Lawrence playing? Is Neck Roll playing?
I'll be the mediator. Both teams are completely healthy, and it's played on a neutral field in warm weather. No rain.
40-34, Clemson.
Okay, that's reasonable.
They're both fully healthy.
And that's a reasonable. Nobody can say, "Oh, you see this sometimes too." People will say, you probably see it from Clemson fans, but you hear, 40-10. It's like, just stop.
Yeah. Well, that's every game. Yeah.
Yeah. People will pick against Georgia with me all the time, and if the score is reasonable, I'll say, yeah, that could happen. That could happen. Georgia could lose by 10, whatever. But Florida 82, Georgia 1. Okay, well, come on, buddy.
Yeah, every week's 100-0.
Yeah. That's a reasonable prediction there. Because we know Florida is going to give up some yards and points to any legitimate offense, and Clemson is a legitimate offense. And Clemson has showed, too, this year that even when healthy, they have struggled at times defensively. So in Florida, you know how it is, Peete. Y'all had a good defense last year. LSU ran up and down the field. I mean, the good offenses are going to score. Yeah, that's Georgia's issue. They can't keep up there. So, but Clemson and Florida would be a good game.
That would be a good game. It's even possible that we see it. Possible. I say.
Now, I have no idea. Have they ever played before?
You know what? I don't think so.
Let me look that up.
Unless it was a.
Surely they've met in a bowl game or something somewhere along the lines.
No, not in my lifetime. They haven't played. I know that. I'm pretty sure of that. See, I know Clemson's never played Michigan. And
wow, they haven't played since 1961, sir.
61, okay.
Wow. They lead the series 9-3.
Okay, so they did play back in the whatever.
I mean, it goes back to 1911.
Yeah.
This series. They played so really they played a lot between they played 13 times between 1911 and 1961. So a 50-year period they played 11 times. So basically, once every 5 years.
Yeah.
They played but not so much anymore.
I guess that makes sense cuz back then travel was a big deal, so Clemson and Georgia.
Now, how about this? Now this I did not know this either. Okay, 1911 they played in Clemson. 1917. Guess where the game was played?
Where?
Jacksonville. 1922, Jacksonville. 1928,
wow.
Jacksonville.
Is that the original cocktail party?
1930, Jacksonville. 1954, Jacksonville. Now they did play in Gainesville some. They actually listen. They how does Florida keep doing this?
So Florida's been screwing these other teams out of home games since 1911.
Y'all played 13 times. Twice was in Clemson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times was in Gainesville, and the rest of the times were Jacksonville. How do they keep getting away with this?
And so is Clemson the most bitch slap team in the history? So this is the same thing that Bobby Dodd used to do.
Put this up on the screen.
Bobby Dodd, the Georgia Tech coach from back in the day, used to refuse to play at Clemson. Did you know that?
Yeah.
He refused to play at Clemson. He said we can either play him here or on a neutral field. So they ended up playing, I don't know how many years in a row in Atlanta because that sorry son of a bitch just refused to come and play in Death Valley. So it sounds a lot like what Florida's doing. This is their MO. They don't like true road games. So they whether it's Georgia or Clemson, they just put it in Jacksonville and call it neutral. And clearly it's not.
This is just strange to me here, how these games went. Clemson, Jacksonville, Jacksonville, Clemson, Gainesville, Jacksonville, Gainesville, Jacksonville, Gainesville, Gainesville, Jacksonville, Gainesville, Gainesville.
Yeah.
Now, maybe some of these were bowl games, and would that explain the Jacksonville games?
What's the chances that they played in that many bowl games?
Right. Yeah.
I guess it's possible. Hell, I don't know. I'm assuming those are regular season games, though.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Let me start entering some names here. We'll look and get caught up here. Mr. Williams, thank you for supporting the show once again, sir. He says enjoyed the show. Slim Shady, thank you, sir. What would the over/under be on a Florida versus Oklahoma game? It'd be in the 60s. Right?
I'd say it'd be in the 70s.
Think 70s?
Yeah, I think it's in the 70s. In high 70s, too, like 77, 78.
How high would it have to be for you to take the under?
90.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
If it was 85, you'd take the over.
Yeah, I think that you'll ski a 40 to 42, 40 to 45 game in that scenario. Yeah.
That's serious, sir.
That is serious. And it also brings up a great point. Florida's defense is awful.
Confirm. All right, I'm going to start entering these names in. I'm going to start with the PayPal, refresh it one more time, make sure I get everybody included. Every PayPal gets you entered twice, so we got Waikiki, Bama Mike, Mike Reiser, and Bears Cubs Canes. So let me get those entered in.
So what's the total number of people? I'm sure you'll tell me that in a minute, but what did I say at the beginning of the show? I said anything less than 10 entries, I would feel insulted with my current winning streak. So.
Bears, Cubs, Canes. All right, got the PayPal's entered in. 4 different people on the PayPal, each entered a couple of times there. Let me see what else we got. Here's the super chats.
I would like to do a public service announcement while you're tallying that up.
Brandon Tonto.
Public service announcement is whoever the winner is, if you happen to be in here when he draws the winner, when you type in the teams that you're picking, if you could also include the spread number with the team, that would be helpful.
Would be
Thank you.
Extremely helpful. Dylan, Brandon, Dylan. Okay. All right. And Slim. All right. I got all the names entered in. They're right here. We have how many entries? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, some of those are twice.
Okay.
There's probably about 10 people entered in.
All right, so good. So I'm not insulted. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So I'll pick the number today. I'm going to go with 5. So I'm going to click the button 5 times for those of you who may be your first time. I click this green button. It randomly selects a name out of the list I entered in. The 5th click will be the winner. Here we go. Here's number 1. Mike R. Number 2. Mike R. Number 3. Brandon. Number 4. Waikiki. And the winner and the opportunity to beat Peete is Waikiki.
All right. Looking forward to this one.
Now, he's the one that said he was going to trail me?
Yes.
My picks? Okay.
Yes.
Let me
so
get
first,
out my trusty notebook here.
Wilkie, one of my favorite people on YouTube. I'm sure he's one of your favorite people too. So I'm looking forward to this one.
All right. So here's Wilkie's picks.
Uh-huh.
As I've got my list.
Yeah, I need to write this down too.
Here, just so everybody knows. But
And he made this simple on us, didn't he?
here's my list that I wrote down yesterday or Tuesday. So those are the 5 games. Right there. Ole Miss minus 11.5. Minnesota plus 3.5. Cincinnati minus 27.5. Texas A&M game has been canceled. Waikiki, we need you to pick one game. Texas A&M's been canceled.
Yeah.
What about Ole Miss? Who are they playing?
South Carolina, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That hasn't been canceled. In Miami plus 2. So we need you to pick one more, Waikiki, because the Texas A&M, the Texas A&M game is canceled. So pick one more. Hope you're still here.
Well, the good news is so far.
If he's not here, Peete, then you're just going to pick 4.
Okay. Well, damn it.
So Waikiki, if you're here.
Well.
Oh, the stream went down. Hold on. OBS crashed.
Oh, shit. Did it?
Yeah. Hold on. It usually comes right back on.
Yeah.
Waikiki says pick him a game.
He wants you to pick him a game.
Yeah. All right. I can't go with the NFL. That wouldn't be fair. Okay, the stream's back on now. It might have to refresh, but it'll come back up. Let me go with. Let's see, it's got to be one I've already picked here. I will go with. You know what? I'm too afraid to bet on this game, so I'm going to pick one that I just want because I think it would be funny. I'm going to take Arkansas plus 17.5 against Florida.
Oh, all right. So that's one of the ones I have too. So basically, I also have Miami, and I also have Arkansas. So we have 2 of the same. So there's 3. We're playing with 3 here.
All right. And what are they?
My 3 are Texas and West Virginia over 45. Not Texas, TCU and West Virginia over 45. Purdue at plus 2.5. And Oregon at minus 10.
All right. There you have it, Waikiki.
So Can he be the first to beat Peete? We'll all find out very soon.
Good luck.
And again, if I beat Wilkie this week and go 5-0, I will seriously consider offering up my own money to make up the difference, Uncle Lou, so it won't come out of your pocket. A higher reward for beating Peete.
Uh-oh. This man is too confident.
Yep.
This man is too confident.
Yep.
You hear this, Waikiki? This man paying you a bonus. This is like using the promo code Uncle Lou when you sign up at Bet Now.
Yeah, but except I'm not doing it this week. If I go 5-0 next week, I'll up the bonus. Not this week. Yeah. Got to go 5-0 first though.
Speaking of bonus codes, you guys check out betnow.eu. If you guys want to play some of these games, gamble on some of these games. If you enter the promo code Uncle Lou when you get signed up, they'll give you a little bit of a bonus on your deposit. Bet responsibly if you do. And also, you guys check out LouTube.fan and howardsrock.net. That's my website and Pete's website. There's all kinds of good stuff on there. Our videos get posted on there. There's articles on there. There's an NCAA store on there. You guys can shop around. Christmas time's coming up. If you're gonna buy somebody something college football related, do it at LouTube.fan or Howard's Rock. Is that right? That's right, isn't it, Pete?
Yeah, howardsrock.net.
Okay.
And I was on there yesterday. It looks like they're adding more Georgia stuff as well, aren't they?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday too. There was some posters and wall art type things on there. Anyway, check it out. LouTube.fan, howardsrock.net. Check out the NCAA store. If you ever buy anything off of there, whether it's for yourself or a gift for somebody else, whatever the case, it helps me and Pete out. So if you're looking for a way to kill two birds with one stone, that's a good way to do it. LouTube.fan, howardsrock.gambling, and have a good morning.